trying to get all that fluid out of them. All it does is kicks your kidneys into overdrive, gets all the salt out of your body, and it allows you to cut even more weight.
In the red corner, Kayalp Gonce.
Kayalp Gonce, we've seen him on Battle Arena before. 1-0 as an amateur. Had an incredibly fantastic performance at Battle Arena 80 versus Jermaine Smith, where he got a round 2 rear naked choke finish. He's 21 years old, 5'11" from Cyprus. And it's weird, he's had looked so sharp last time. When I was looking through this fight card, getting ready for the show, I saw that name and I was like, oh, here we go again. I'm excited for that one. And he's taking on James Wallace. James Wallace is a bit of an unknown. No one knows a lot about James Wallace. A bit of a mystery fighter, but we know a lot about Kayalp Gonce. And we know a lot about his team as well, Fearless MMA. It's home to UFC fighter Jake Hadley. He was started in 2009 by the brothers, Keish and Cami Banger. Here he comes. Good walkout song as well. A little bit of soul music. James Brown.
And in the blue corner, please welcome James Wallace.
James. Anyone watching this pay-per-view have heard me talking about the Eric's Gear green glitch shorts, and now I can see a pair.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 5th fight of the evening. It will be contested over 3 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. This man represents Fearless MMA. It's Kayalp Gonce. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. This man represents Fight Academy Ireland. It's James Wallace!
James Wallace does not have the crowd behind him, but he does have the best shorts. Here we go. Kayalp Gonce in the blue and black versus James Wallace in the green glitch shorts made by Eric Spike Gear. Here we go. Oh, good work. Gonce coming aggressively forward. Oh, lovely shots landed by both fighters. Big right hand.
We've seen Kayalp Gonce before.
A round 2 submission in his amateur MMA debut at Battle Arena 80 versus Jermaine Smith. He's using that head position.
He seemed very calm and composed here, but all the way from Ireland, James Wallace has an entire country on his back right now. Gonce goes for the body lock. He's right sideways here.
Nice little cheeky shots by Wallace.
And using that knee to ride high and prevent the hips of Gonce to come in for any sort of throw or drag.
We know that Gonce has got that submission win already under his belt. It looked a little flustered in the strike exchanges. It looked so much more happy wrestling.
Nice little inside trip there from Gonce, but comes to nothing as Wallace stands up tall in his own corner.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic pressure by Gonce. Using that underhook, driving in. Head position. He wants his fight to the floor, Steve. He's had that success with grappling.
You got to do a lot to get there. Sometimes you got to wade through absolute fire.
Oh,
Wallace.
hanging heavy on the neck is Wallace.
Yeah, he landed a knee there that kind of folded Gonce there for a second.
Thought we were about to see a Peruvian necktie.
Yeah,
then,
me
Steve.
too. For a second.
Got excited. Don't know if we've ever had one on Ballerina.
Gonce fights the hand well, but he's still got all the weight of Wallace down on top of him.
Yeah, he sort of accepted the takedown, didn't he, Steve? I think he could have fought more, but thought, oh, maybe I'll fight off my back. But it's just so awkward when you're pressed up against the cage, especially when they're locking their arms around your neck. Oh, he's lost the position. Oh, a shot from the bottom. Gonce, fiery. He's trying to hold the feet, put on the hips.
Just nowhere for him to go with Wallace's back against the cage there.
It's one of those things you got to, in a normal grappling class, wrestling class, jiu-jitsu class, you get into the wall and you move off it. Here at Battle Arena, you got to be able to fight off that cage.
Yeah, either work your way up it or off of it.
Yeah, let's see Gonce undo that guard, try and get his back to the cage, work his way back to his feet. Some fighters just not their style, including myself in that. Not built for standing up.
He sucked him in a bit more.
He's trying to get his feet to the hips, I think he's gone, trying to make space.
He's opened up a bit, but this definitely favors Wallace.
Yeah, it's
He's landed
beautiful.
a lot of shots here.
This is that Irish pressure.
Frames in the face very well.
Oh, beautiful hip pressure. Just looking for a leg lock. Thought about it, I think.
Little up kick there.
Controlling the feet.
Only
so
10
they can
seconds remaining.
land a heavy shot.
Wallace trying to ride those legs down and trying to find a little strike of his own, but he won't in time. And there's the first round down. We know that Gonce can come on strong in the second. He's done it before.
Now, Steve, we were talking about Eric's fight gear earlier. I was saying about the glitch shorts. I want the green glitch shorts. And then Wallace comes out. They are the green glitch shorts.
Ooh.
They have available red and black, blue as well. And I think black. Very
those
cool.
are very nice.
They are not. I think we need
Stylish.
to get on. We need to get on there later. Yeah, we didn't really get to see that much in that round. It was a fantastic pressure by Wallace, leaning over Gonce. And that was the story of that round, really. Leaning on him, not giving him any space, using some cage craft, keeping Gonce's neck pressed against the cage. With jiu-jitsu, with grappling on the floor, you need angles. Right, the guy on the bottom, you don't want to be straight on, because then the guy on the top is strong in a straight on position. He can base, he can drive into you. You want to angle off. And it's like a fundamental of grappling on the ground of jiu-jitsu is the guy on the bottom angles, the guy on the top straight through. And that's what Wallace knew that. He was keeping him straight, driving the head of Gonce into the cage, making it impossible for work at any angles. Will we see Gonce come out, mix it up, look for some striking? Or will he go back to looking for the takedown?
I think he's got to wade in a bit more, but oh man, Wallace has got his number there.
Yeah, Wallace looking a lot more comfortable on the feet than Gonce. Certainly at the start of this round, lovely kick.
This is nice there from Wallace. As Wallace is bouncing in and out of orthodox, back into southpaw. He's able to throw heat from both sides.
Gonce throwing a nice high kick.
Ooh.
Gonce is just loading up too much, Steve. Everything is very predictable, whereas Wallace is a little more measured, picks his shots a little more.
And things are just coming out of nowhere from Wallace. He just bounces into his balance for a moment, and then he throws back. Gonce is backing him up right now.
Gonce landed a nice right hand, but then Wallace answered with two left hooks.
And a big high kick, which I think has given Gonce a bit of pause, because he seems to be a little bit in a loading position right now, almost in a delay.
Beautiful catch and right hand counter by Gonce. Wallace looking for some calf kicks, kicking at the middle.
Really loose with these kicks right now is Wallace, and those will just chew up the insides of Kayalp Gonce if he can't find a correct response.
Spinning back fists have gone out of fashion, Steve. Don't see it a lot. I like them.
They'll come back, sure of it.
Oh, beautiful right hand by Gonce. Sort of settling into the striking a bit more now, Gonce. Got his timing down. Wallace slowed a little. Oh, good jab.
I'm surprised. Gonce seemed to have taken a lot of damage there at the beginning of the second round, but he's weathered it momentarily at least. The calf kick is Really in style, though. Look at that.
Yeah, it's so funny. Something you just never saw before is now a regular in every fight. Oh, a good left hook by Wallace.
Again, switching stances, shifts into southpaw, and then lands a nice stiff left hand.
Right hand skims Gonce. Gonce is a little reddened around his left eye. Oh, and now he's right.
Gonce does well to get his hand up. Lands a right hand of his own.
Oh, Wallace had his head ripped back with one of those shots. Nice kick up the middle.
Going with a little bit more. 45 seconds left here in the second round.
Wallace going high. Oh, spinning backwards of his own for Gonce.
That might be the answer there for Gonce, is to try to either catch one of those kicks or kick himself into like a grappling range, step in off the kick. Right now, Wallace is just looking for that home run shot.
Yeah, it really is, Steve. Oh, nice right hand by Gonce.
Oh, the jab's been good for Gonce this round.
And again.
As I say it, he lands it.
Trips him to the floor.
Final
Right.
5 seconds.
Right hand. Woo! It's
Gonce.
sort of, it's a long strike. It was, I think
Yeah.
he's launched it before the buzzer.
Whoa. Whoa. Very pleasing, that's for sure. Nice to see from both fighters. Both fighters totally in it, but it seems like Wallace is just starting to build up momentum. I'm very impressed with Gonce's overall toughness.
Oh, definitely. And it's interesting, he sort of settled into the striking a bit more. He looked a little rabbit in the headlights with the initial striking exchanges, and then got his timing down, sort of relaxed into it, started throwing some counters, did some damage himself. It's interesting, the cupping marks on Mr. Wallace. Quite some severe bruising caused by the cupping. Or maybe he's a severe Dalmatian enthusiast.
I was going to say, those were some interesting freckles he's got there.
Have you ever tried cupping, Steve?
I did once, yeah.
Did it make a
We used
difference?
we used to have a Chinese cupping place in Leighton Buzzard, yeah.
Oh, I've never tried it. Is it worth going?
It was like 15 quid back in the day. It wasn't too much. I'm all about price, Chris. There we go. So they come together for the third round. A little touch of gloves. And immediately back to the kicking as Wallace. Oh, off the cup. Gonce gets a couple seconds reprieve. It's a chance to talk to his corner briefly again. Deep breath and back in. Oh, beautiful high kick there from Wallace, and he follows it up with a left hook. It's a nice little combination. He's feinting with the hips really well, and he lands a jab. Totally disrupts Gonce on the way in. Gonce going back to the grappling exchanges from the first round. Gonce shifts off a little bit too late into a single leg.
Yeah, Gonce driving forward. Trying to keep that pressure, using that underhook.
Wallace is very good at standing tall, making Gonce chase that position.
Gonce has got to win by submission. Maybe he sees this as a way. There's a good chance he's 2 rounds down at this point. Sees an opportunity if he can drag this fight to the floor, use some of that grappling. Also seems a little outsized in this featherweight division.
Yeah, possibly. There's definitely a good size advantage going to Wallace. Wallace has been using it to just lean on Gonce the whole time, sap his strength. We know Alan Jackson will break things up if there's no action. There's another warning.
Yeah, Gonce driving forward, reaching down for that leg.
That's a single. Wallace doing well to keep his foot on the outside.
Oh,
Steps over.
Good job by Wallace.
Oh, now he's going to settle on top of Gonce.
Such a good job of defending that, turning and taking the back. This is not where Gonce wants to be.
Wallace has done so well, and now he's on the
It looks pretty
neck.
tight. Maybe I'm not sure he's under the neck. Across the face, on the chin. Gonce does a good job of defending. Turns the wrong way there, though, I think, Steve. Gives up his back even more. Wallace did a good job of not overcommitting, staying on him, keeping the pressure. Gonce trying to slide out of this position. It's really hard to escape the back position. Often you don't want to do that. You don't want to go belly down. You want to slide your shoulders out, turn in. He's got an opportunity here, but he's got that body triangle now, does Wallace.
Oh, yeah.
It's very tight.
Very tight squeeze here. And like you've said in the past, Chris, you can attack now with both arms.
Yeah, that's the thing. If you have both hooks in, this can still force you up and down. When you have this body triangle, you can squeeze so tight that you can use both arms. You don't have to worry about holding the position because that lock on the legs is doing it. What Gonce needs to do is kick his right leg forward, but it's probably too late. Looking like he's under the chin. I think he's close to tapping.
Could he be? He's gone palm to palm
Short
here.
choke. He's on the face. Cranking is Wallace with a few seconds left in the
10
round.
seconds remaining.
He'd like to get the finish, but I think Gonce has got so much heart defending this position. What a fight, Steve. What a fight. Incredible.
Wallace really came on. He's very pleased about that performance. We go to the judges' scorecards in a moment.
We'll get to our MC, Mr. Steve Brinkman. He'll give us the judge's opinion on that very closely contested fight.
Fighters to the center, please. Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. We have a unanimous decision for your winner in the blue corner, James Wallace.
I think the judges got that one right. Kayalp Gonce gave it everything he could. Very experienced fighter. Kayalp, he'll be back again. Just needs to make a few little adjustments, come out a bit smoother on the striking exchange. Maybe just feel it out with the jab, establish a little bit more range. James Wallace, absolutely fantastic in all those wrestling exchanges. Was able to turn the fight, end up in a dominant position even when Gonce was attacking with the takedown. Wallace leaves.